Kyle O'Reilly's WWE contract is expiring soon and is reportedly passing on new WWE deals. Also, we've got details on other top NXT stars with contracts due to end soon, and an injured AEW star has made an in-ring return. So, as previously talked about on this here channel, and by Fightful and by PW Insider, Kyle O'Reilly's WWE contract is expiring soon. In fact, it's expiring at the end of this year. Fightful have added a little bit of meat to the bone of this one, saying O'Reilly is among a crop of NXT talent that seemingly passed on new deals offered in 2019. One WWE source said the contract being set to expire this soon was actually a bit of a surprise to O'Reilly, because a lot of WWE contracts end up having time automatically added on for a number of reasons, but this has caught Kyle O'Reilly off guard. Despite that, he isn't keen on signing a new deal, according to reports.
Well, you know, I think the landscape of wrestling's changing dramatically. WWE have made it very clear that NXT is not going to be the NXT that it was, that it's going to be a different product, that it's going to be a different place, that it's very much going to be more developmental themed. So, if you don't want to go to the main roster, then what options do you have? Yeah, this is the thing. So I think we're going to see a lot of people who maybe don't want the restriction of the main roster. They want more of the freedom of presentation like NXT 1.0 was. And I think that we are going to see a lot of these people just walk from the company.
I think that you're right, and there's a lot of people that unfortunately are in a position where the NXT they knew no longer resembled what they, as you say, what they were the greatest in. But yet the main roster prospects are pretty slim. They've sort of slipped through the net a little bit of this developmental system that has been a bit broken for a while. And even though, you know, we've said this in previous videos, whether you agree or not with the 2.0 approach, the fact that Vince and Bruce Pritchard are more hands-on with it, I genuinely stand by the fact that there's more hope for, you know, your Von Wagners, your Bron Breakers, your Tony D'Angelos of cutting through than for the likes of Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, etc. So that's just an unfortunate reality of what it is. But it's not just O'Reilly whose contract is coming to an end, and there's some discussions about what's happening next. A few of the top NXT stars with contract discussions right now. Tommaso Ciampa, according to Fightful, is in the boat of having his deal extended due to injury time. So Ciampa's deal was coming to an end, but he's sticking around a little longer because he obviously had time away due to numerous injuries.
Yeah, WWE like to do the whole, your contract expires on this date, except it doesn't. You owe us 264 days that you were off injured.
Especially when there's potential for them to go elsewhere.
Exactly. So, you know, it kind of, they kind of move them goalposts, and it's like, don't forget you're here forever.
Do it for her. But this is something that WWE are going to really clamp down on with some of these NXT guys. They got caught short with Adam Cole in the summer when they realised, your deal's coming to an end, we haven't re-signed you.
Bye.
This is happening before TakeOver.
Bye now.
No, don't go. Just stay a little bit longer. I really can't stay. Baby, it's cold outside. Anyway, it's Christmas in it. Let me sing it. So there's that, and a similar thing happened with Pete Dunne, whereby Pete Dunne's contract was coming close to an end, and they fixed that very quickly. But yet Johnny Gargano, his contract technically expired yesterday.
Yes.
But he's doing War Games on Sunday, so they extended it for a week while they continue to chat with him.
Well, that's it. They can offer out contract extensions. They've done this before in the past. You know, it's a case of, if you want to roll over into free agent status, we need to at least make sure you're here for these dates. Because then we can finish off whatever we need to do, or we can reach an agreement before then, and you can announce at the pay-per-view that you're staying, or whatever. You know, it's that type of thing.
The question of whether he will stay or Gargano go is still up in the air. WWE sources close to Fightful say that he hasn't signed a new deal either way yet. WWE desperately wants to keep him on board. They were a big fan of the stuff that he did with The Way. They pretty much put him down to making stars like Indy Hartwell and Austin Theory and such, like establishing them on an NXT roster to let them go and do other things. So they're keen to keep Gargano there. It's just a case of finding something that works for him and works for them. He's done everything in NXT. We've sat here and talked about this this maybe a week or so ago. I don't see what he can do on the main roster of WWE, and that's not an insult to WWE. I just think that Gargano is incredibly talented soul, but I don't know where he would fit in that system.
This is it, and it's going to be a reality for a lot of stars, I imagine, that this is the dilemma they're faced with. It's, do I go to the main roster? The company is obviously trying to beckon everybody back in, going, we love your work, we think you're amazing, we'll make you champion, we'll give you all the money, you'll be a star. And then, you're in a tag team and then you're out on the live loop like the Ascension and you're never seen on TV again.
Yes, exactly. They feed you all these promises of like, come on.
And then they feed you to the next Ryback. Yeah.
Exactly. So lots of people to keep an eye on NXT, mainly the 1.0 guys who are all in action at War Games. War Games on this Sunday. An AEW star is rocking up in GC Dub. How do we feel about Fuego del Sol, Sound Driver?
Yeah. And he's going to be in GCW, making his debut at So Alive on December 4th. No opponent has been announced, but the show also features Thunder Rosa facing Ali and Joey Janela from AEW, as well as the Briscoes, who've started taking bookings outside of Ring of Honor. And I think we're all, excited to see some Briscoe brothers off the chain a little bit and just running wild in a promotion like GCW. This is going to be insane.
I think 2022 is going to be a landmark year for GCW.
Yeah, I think this is the year where they make that big step to becoming, the
next destination,
the next, third promotion.
They've sold out the Hammerstein Ballroom, which I think is an amazing result for them. That was from the start of this week, and I just think that not only are they becoming a home for wrestlers who have been released and maybe finding new feet, but they've been creating their own wealth of talent as well. They've been, you only have to look at Effie and Ali Catch.
They seem to reinvest every single positive thing back into their promotion and their stars and their fan base, and it's more than you could ever ask for. It's reminded me of the buzz around promotions like Progress when the boom really started over here. It's reminded me of that kind of excitement where it's like, if you ain't here, you're missing out. And selling out Hammerstein, that's a big statement of a venue.
It's got real ECW vibes about it, and that's not essentially just down to the fact that it's the third promotion. It's more sort of the energy around it. It's
grassroots. It's uncut. It's everything it wants to be, and it will not apologise for it.
If you aren't into GCW, then make some time over the weekend, and because there's a lot of people who watch these videos who are a bit jaded with what WWE are doing, or maybe love what WWE are doing, and are jaded by what AEW are doing. I think GCW has the potential to bring a lot of fans back that may have lost their way.
I just think you're a shill.
Do you reckon?
Oh, do you love Tony, do you?
Yeah.
Think of poor Vince losing money.
I love them both, and I kiss them both regularly. Is that all right?
Just a picture of each on your desk.
It's how I start every morning. And then high five the Stephanie McMahon above the door. That's how I start every day. Is that not how you start every day?
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to put a Brett Lauderdale one there next. I think that only seems right. We end on an AEW star who is back. I'm very happy to see one of our own from over here, Anthony Ogogo, back in the mix at AEW. Right. He's going to be part of Dark Elevation tapings. They recorded them yesterday, I believe.
Dulles, Georgia. Yeah, I think so.
That was it was taped in Dynamite TE after Dynamite. We had Dark Elevation tapings. Anyway, Ogogo is back, and I loved Ogogo's work with Cody.
Yeah, it's been very much a slow bubbler. There was featured time, but I don't think it was quite ready. Then everything that's happened in the world has kind of mixed everything around a little bit. Ogogo's had to come back to have eye surgery, which he's had many eye surgeries. So
is it 10 or something?
I think it's the 10th total eye surgery was the last one he had. So hopefully things are looking up for him now, and he won't need to come back for eye surgery again. And,
we can get on the NHS over here, can't we?
But we can focus on building up his story and getting him out there more, because surely any UK pay-per-view is going to feature him in some capacity.
Yeah, I
like
love
some
the idea
decent
of that.
capacity, maybe like like a third main or something.
Whoa, I like the idea of pushing him that strong, especially at a UK show.
Yeah, a UK
Seems
show
obvious.
makes sense.
Definitely. More news as we get it throughout the day at cultaholic.com on the podcast feed. Me and him are back talking about Nitro later.
That's right.
Brand new episode of the Cultaholic Classic Nitro review. It's about 60% Nitro. It's about 40% us talking about
I'd say
AOL chat
that's
rooms and
flipped.
stuff.
That's definitely flipped. Yeah. It's about 40% Nitro.
40% Nitro, 60%. Do you remember the 90s?
Yes.
I do. I think we'd spend about 10 minutes this week talking about top of phones.
We should just start a 90s podcast.
We kind of have. We kind of have. And you can hear it on the podcast feed and watch it on the Patreon later today. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.
Just realised we can do ASMR POG.
Pog tournament.
Yeah, just imagine the noise of just...
Pog. Because that's the noise they make.